Capricorn, July 18th, I'm seeing a situation that has been sitting there half open, half closed. You have been moving around it instead of through it. Quiet. Carefully. But the tension is still there. Seven of Swords, this card is about strategic avoidance, guarded truth, and quiet self-protection. Seven of Swords shows you where you have been keeping something to yourself so you do not have to deal with the pushback. Maybe you left the message unread. Maybe you answered just enough to keep the peace. Maybe you made a plan and did not tell anybody because you knew they would try to stop you. Do not lie to yourself. If you are calling it caution, make sure it is not self-betrayal. The move here is not to expose everything. The move is to name what you are avoiding and choose the cleanest, honest strategy. Because Seven of Swords can protect you, yes, but it can also make you slippery with your own truth. Death reversed. This reversal is about resistance to necessary endings, delayed transformation, and clinging to the old. Death reversed shows a situation that should have ended already, but somebody keeps feeding it. Maybe you kept the thread alive. Maybe you kept the role alive. Maybe you kept checking, hoping, waiting, acting like delay was the same thing as safety. Actually, no. It is not safety, it is stagnation. This is where you stop pretending the old version still fits. Let the ending be real. Let it be done. If you keep trying to resurrect what is already finished, you only stretch out the grief. You knew this already. The release is the work. Two of Swords. This card is stalemate, guarded choice, and needing a clear-eyed decision. Two of Swords shows the exact moment where you know there is a decision, but you keep both options alive so you do not have to feel the loss yet. You have been sitting on it. You have been telling yourself you need more time, more proof, more calm. Hold on. Sometimes that is just avoidance wearing a neat outfit. The facts are probably already in front of you. The message is not to panic. The message is to look straight at the choice and stop freezing yourself to keep the peace. If you do not decide, the situation decides for you. And it usually decides messy, so the pattern is clear. Seven of Swords says you are protecting yourself through silence. Death reverse says something has expired and you keep dragging it forward. Two of Swords says the decision is already here and the stall is costing you. This moment is not asking you to be dramatic. It is asking you to be honest. What are you avoiding? What are you keeping alive that has already gone cold? What decision are you postponing because you do not want the discomfort that comes with it? Capricorn, your strength is not in enduring the wrong thing longer than everybody else. Your strength is in knowing when to stop. Capricorn, July 18th, you are not confused. You are postponing. Seven of Swords. This card is about strategic avoidance, guarded truth, and quiet self-protection. Seven of Swords is showing me you have been choosing the clean exit over the clean conversation. You left the message on read. You changed the subject. You kept your real plan private because you did not want pushback. That is not random. That is a tactic. But here is the catch. If you keep protecting yourself by withholding the truth, you can end up hiding from your own consequences too. Don't lie to yourself. Name what you are avoiding. If the conversation is hard, be honest and be brief. If somebody has earned less access, protect your energy. But do not call silence wisdom when it is really fear of being seen. Eight of Cups reverse. This card is about staying too long, emotional stagnation, and fear of leaving what no longer fits. Eight of Cups reversed is showing the habit of checking back on what already went dry. You keep opening the thread. You keep revisiting the routine. You keep saying, it's fine, while your body already knows it is not fine. Let me rephrase that. You are not staying because it is good. You are staying because leaving would force a real ending. That is different, and you know it. This is the part where you have to admit what feels empty. Not later, not. If the job drains you, if the relationship is dead weight, if the habit only survives on momentum, stop romanticizing endurance. Endurance is not loyalty when the thing is already gone. Death reversed. This card is about resistance to necessary endings, delayed transformation, and clinging to the old. Death reversed is not subtle. It shows you trying to keep a dead situation warm so you do not have to grieve it. You have not deleted the thread. You have not cleared the drawer. You have not said the final no. Actually, no, that is the whole issue. The ending already happened in reality, and your hands are the parts still arguing. You are holding on to a role that no longer fits because change feels like loss. But the longer you drag it out, the more heavy it gets. Let the ending be real. Release what has expired. You do not need to resurrect what is done just to avoid feeling the grief. Two of Swords. This card is stalemate, guarded choice, and needing clear-eyed decision. Two of Swords is showing a decision you keep balancing in your head while refusing to touch it in real life. You have the facts. You just do not want the cost. So you stall, you wait, you keep both options alive because choosing one means killing the fantasy of the other. That is the stalemate, and it is costing you time. You are not preserving peace. You are postponing pain until it gets louder. Face the choice directly. Open the message. Make the call. Say the thing. Gather the facts, then move. Neutrality is not wisdom when it is just avoidance in a nicer outfit. So for you, Capricorn, this moment is simple. Stop hiding the truth from yourself. Stop feeding what is already finished. Stop calling delay a strategy when it is really fear. The clean move is not always the easiest move, but it is the one that sets you free. Capricorn, July 18th. Because this is the part where you stop pretending the drain is still worth it. Seven of Swords. This card is showing strategic avoidance, and it looks like you have been moving around the hard conversation instead of walking into it. You left the message unread. You answered with half the truth. You kept your plans private because you did not want pushback, but that silence is starting to cost you. That is not peace. That is self-protection that has gone too far. Eight of Cups reversed. This reversal is emotional stagnation, and it says you have stayed in something long after it stopped feeding you. You keep checking back. You keep telling yourself it is fine. You keep showing up to a routine, a dynamic, a connection that already went flat. Actually, no, it is not fine. You are tolerating emptiness because leaving means feeling the loss. But staying is already making you lose energy, focus, and care. The Magician, this card brings the turn. Capricorn, you do have tools here. You do have a way out of the fog. But it is not going to happen through more thinking. It happens when you send the email. When you make the plan, when you stop talking around the issue and use your voice with precision. I am seeing clean action here, not drama, not performance, just one deliberate move that changes the whole board. Death reversed. This reversal is resistance to the ending, and it shows you trying to keep something alive that has already expired. You have not deleted the thread. You have not closed the door. You have not fully admitted that the role, the pattern, the version of this thing is over. Let me rephrase that. You know it is over, but part of you is still trying to delay the grief by delaying the ending. That delay is the trap. Two of Swords. This card is the stalemate. Two of Swords is the choice you keep putting off because you want both options to stay open. They do not. The message is simple. Open the thing. Read the thing. Name the thing. Make the decision. You cannot keep your eyes covered and call that balance. You cannot keep both sides alive forever and call that wisdom. So here is the moment, plain and clean. You have been avoiding a truth, staying in something empty, and protecting yourself in ways that are now costing you more than the truth would. The Magician says act. Death reverse says stop resurrecting what is done. Two of Swords says choose. Seven of Swords says stop slipping around the conversation. Eight of Cups reversed says stop confusing endurance with loyalty. This is not about being harsh. This is about being honest before the drain gets deeper. Capricorn, I'm seeing the same pattern and it's sharper now. You've been trying to manage an ending like it's a strategy problem. It's not. It's a truth problem. You can plan, calculate, and hold the line all you want. But if the thing is already over, all that skill is just keeping the door crack. Seven of Swords, this card is about strategic avoidance, guarded truth, quiet self-protection. Seven of Swords is showing you where you've been keeping your real move private because you don't want pushback. You didn't say the full thing. You softened the message. You slipped out instead of naming the conflict. That protected your energy for a minute, yes, but it also kept you from facing what needed to be said. Eight of Cups, reverse. This reversal is showing emotional stagnation, staying too long, and fear of leaving what no longer fits. Eight of Cups, reverse says you've been checking back on something you already outgrew. You keep telling yourself it's fine. It is not fine. You are tolerating the empty part because leaving would force the grief. Actually, no, it would force the truth. And you've been postponing that. Two of Swords, this card is the stall, the hard pause. The part where you keep both options alive so you do not have to pick one. Two of Swords is the message sitting unopened. The decision sitting on your desk, the conversation you keep moving to tomorrow. You are not confused. You are avoiding the cost of clarity, and that delay is its own choice. Death reversed. This reversal is resistance to necessary endings, delayed transformation, clinging to the old. Death reversed is what happens when you know something is done and you keep feeding it anyway. You keep the thread, you keep the role, you keep the habit, you keep acting like delay is safety. It is not. It is just a longer goodbye with more damage in it. You already know what has expired. Queen of Pentacles reversed. This reversal is burnout, neglect, overextension, instability. Queen of Pentacles reversed shows you running on empty while still being the dependable one. You skip the meal. You pushed the bill. You handled everybody else first. Then you wondered why your body feels heavy and your home feels behind. That is not weakness. That is depletion. You cannot keep nurturing everything else and call that care. The Magician. This card is focus, will, skillful manifestation, turning intention into action. The Magician is here after the ending, not before it. That matters. Your power works once the dead weight is gone. Then your hands are free. Then your words land. Then your plan has traction. Use the tool. Send the email, make the list, say the thing cleanly. Stop performing readiness and actually move. Hold on. This moment is the turning point, not because you finally become stronger. You already are. Because you finally stop using strength to postpone the ending. Once you let the old thing stay dead, your will can work. Your skill can work. Your future can actually take shape. Capricorn, July 18th. This is where the stall starts to break. Seven of Swords. You have been moving sideways around the truth. You answered late. You left messages unread. You kept one part of the plan hidden because you did not want pushback. That is not confusion. That is strategy, and yes, it has protected you, but it has also kept the real issue untouched. Eight of Cups reversed. This is the part where you keep circling back to what already feels empty. You check the thread, you revisit the routine. You tell yourself it is still workable because leaving would force a real grief. Actually, no, it is not workable just because you are used to it. This reverse card shows emotional inertia. You have stayed too long, and the longer you stay, the harder it gets to admit it is done. The Magician. Now the energy shifts. The Magician says you do have the tools. You can send the email. You can make the call. You can build the plan from the scattered pieces on your desk. This is not about waiting for the perfect opening. It is about using what is already in your hands. Speak clearly. Move cleanly. Stop performing certainty and start creating results. Queen of Pentacles reversed, and here is the cost. You have been carrying everybody, skipping meals, pushing your own body down the list. Letting the practical stuff pile up while you keep the house, the work, the people, the mood, all of it from falling apart. That is burnout. That is not care. Let me rephrase that. It is care without support, and it is draining you dry. If you keep pouring from that place, you will crash. King of Pentacles. This is the steadier answer. Build the budget. Set the routine. Choose the option that holds up next month, not just tonight. The King of Pentacles is not flashy. He is consistent. He knows what lasts. So if you are deciding between a quick fix and a solid foundation, pick the foundation. Stop pretending stability looks like something it isn't. Death reversed. This is the resistance. The old thing is still hanging around because you have not fully let it die. You keep the thread, you keep the roll, you keep the door cracked open just enough to pretend the ending is not final. Hold on. That is not loyalty. That is fear wearing loyalty's clothes. And it is keeping transformation from landing. Two of Swords. So now you are at the decision point, not later. Not after one more delay. Right now, the message is simple. You either face the fact that this is over or you keep living in the stalemate. You cannot keep both options alive forever. One of them has to close. This is the turning point because skill only works after honesty. The Magician cannot build on a lie. The King of Pentacles cannot stabilize what Death reversed keeps refusing to release. So cut the dead thread. Make the choice. Protect your energy with facts, not avoidance. Then move. Hold on. This is where the stall gets expensive. Seven of Swords. You've been moving quiet, not because you're evil, not because you're dramatic. Because you're trying to avoid the pushback, you kept part of the plan to yourself the same way. Flag the truth you're sidestepping. You answered around the real issue. You slipped out of one conversation instead of standing in it. That strategy protected you for a minute, but it also kept the truth half buried. Stop fooling yourself. If you keep dodging the hard sentence grows teeth. Eight of Cups reversed. This is the part where you keep checking the dead thing. You know it's empty, but you still look back. You tell yourself it's fine. You tell yourself you can endure it. Actually, no, you're not enduring. You're stuck. Same routine. Same drain, same emotional loop. You're staying because leaving means admitting it's over. And that is the real bruise, not the ending, the admitting. The Magician, good. Now we get to the point where intention has to become movement. No more talking about what you could do. Send the message, make the call, write the plan. Use the tool in front of you. The Magician is clean, focused. It says your power comes back when you stop scattering it across 10 different exits. You already have enough skill. You do not need permission. You need follow through. Queen of Pentacles reversed. And here's the cost of the delay. You have been overgiving, skipping your own meals, letting the house, the bills, the body, the basics slide while you keep everyone else afloat. That is not care. That is depletion, the same exhaustion you keep normalizing. You've been acting like being needed proves your worth. It does not. It just means you're running on empty. Restore the routine. Eat. Sleep. Pay attention to the physical stuff. Your life is asking for maintenance, not martyrdom. King of Pentacles. This is the correction. Stable leadership. Real ground. No flash. No panic. No last-minute rescue fantasy. King of Pentacles says build the thing that can actually hold you. Budget, schedule, structure, the reliable option. The steady option. The boring option that keeps paying off. You are not being asked to impress anybody. You are being asked to become dependable to yourself. Death reversed. And this is the resistance. You've been dragging out what already ended, keeping the thread open. Keeping the role. Keeping the version of the situation that no longer fits. You are not preserving safety. You are postponing grief. And it looks a lot like what named as what you've outgrown but kept. And the longer you postpone it, the heavier it gets. Release the old shape. Let it be finished. Stop resurrecting what is already gone. Two of Swords. So now the room goes quiet because the choice is here. Not later now. You know the two options. You know which one costs you peace and which one costs you truth. You've been trying to keep both alive. That cannot hold. The blindfold is not wisdom. The pause is not neutrality. It is just delay. Gather the facts. Look straight at it. Decide this moment is simple even if it hurts. Stop hiding. Stop checking back. Stop feeding what has expired. Make the decision. Then build the structure that can hold your real life. That's the win here. Release the dead weight and build what can actually hold you. Okay. That's all I've got for now. If this hit, you already know what to do. Please, subscribe, tell your group chat. I'll see y'all soon.